Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Daniel, and on this channel I talk about productivity, mental health and mindfulness. And today we are taking a look at digital versus analog note-taking and more in general productivity, digital versus analog productivity. So if that sounds interesting, let's jump right into it. So when should you use a notebook like this one, and when should you use your computer, your mobile, or even an iPad? I believe that you should do both. You should do both analog as well as digital notes. So when do I take digital notes and when do I take analog notes? Me personally, I have one rule, and that is that everything digital has to live in a digital app. So I won't bring out my notebook for taking notes on an article I have on my computer. I will just use the computer. Another rule I have is that facts and things that I will refer to later, so statistics for example, will always live in my note-taking app, which is Heptabase. So that's my personal two rules which I use for digital note-taking. So everything digital lives in digital, and everything I need to come back to later or quote later will live inside of my note-taking app. It is just easier to find things in a note-taking app than it is in a notebook. But there are some instances where I choose to use a notebook, or in my case, notebooks, because I have a few of them. And that is mostly when I have to be creative, I have to think. So let's say I am reading an article and I come across an idea which I want to make a video on in the future, or I want to do something with in the future. But this idea, it sparks up a lot of different thoughts. That's when I grab a piece of paper and my trusted fountain pens plural, because I have a few of them, and I start writing argument, counter arguments, and just discussing with myself on paper. Every time I need to come up with something, every time I need to be creative, I like to use pen and paper because it helps to slow down and actually think about the things you are writing. So whenever you're writing digitally, it tends to go quite fast. We tend to write quite fast, and just our brain functions quite fast. But at sometimes we should probably slow down and take things slower in order to completely understand them, the ideas, or completely understand ourselves when it comes to journaling. That's why I do all of my journaling with a pen and paper. So that's when I bring out my notebook. You can do everything digitally, you can do everything analog, but my biggest recommendation is actually to combine the two. So when it comes to productivity, I use a calendar app, but I use an analog way of recording my to-dos, but not at work because I have to cooperate with a lot of people, and when their schedule changes, I don't have the time to go in and change my schedule inside of my bullet journal. So that's why I use it digitally. Everything we want to be fast, we should do digitally. Everything we need to slow down on, or we want to slow down on, we should do with a pen and paper. That's basically the rule I live by. Everything that needs to be slow, needs to be thought through, should be pen and paper. Everything that can be fast has to be digital. That's the easiest way to do it, in my personal humble opinion. I'm no expert, I'm just a person that loves productivity and probably spends too many hours each day trying to figure out how I can be more productive. But anyways, that's today's video. It is quite a short one, but that's basically my rules. So it is quite simple in my case. There is no magic to it. Slow, notebook, fast, digital, basically. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do comment down below your thoughts, subscribe, and if you haven't checked out my videos or you're looking for a new note-taking app, please do check out my videos. I have quite a few. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again quite soon.